Out of My Mind by Sharon M. Draper. Chapter 27. The next morning, Mom bounced into my room holding a newspaper. Good morning, my rock star, she greets me. Guess what? Rock star? She's tripping. I look at her. My face says, what? You're famous! Huh? She gets me out of bed, straps me into my chair, unplugs the Metatalker from the charger, and hooks me up. Then she places the morning paper on top of it. I sat there, plastered on the front page of the newspaper, in color. Wow, I type. The article is all about the team winning the competition, but yours is the only picture they used. Interesting. Why me? Mom smiles quickly. Because you are unique and wonderful and lots more interesting than ordinary fifth graders, I guess, she says. The whole article seems to be focused on you. Teen kids won't like that, I type. I'm sure they'll be happy for you, sweetheart. No, they won't. Here, listen to this. She reads me the article. Spalding Street Elementary's talented academic team of 5th and 6th graders won the local Whiz Kids tournament competition last night by a score of 86 to 85. With stunning skill and knowledge, they answered questions far above their grade level to defeat 7 other teams. Makes us sound smart, I type. And you are, Mom replies. Math questions made me sweat. I get clammy under my arms just thinking about them. Mom continues. Ooh, here's the part about you. Listen to this. One outstanding member of the Spalding team is Melody Brooks, an 11-year-old girl who has been diagnosed with cerebral palsy. In spite of her physical challenges, Melody's quick and capable mental abilities were able to shine as she led her team to victory. They will hate me, I type gloomily. Butterscotch, who still sleeps in my room, muzzles my head. She always seems to know how I feel. But it doesn't help at this time. Oh, don't exaggerate. I think it's a lovely article, and your friends should be so proud. You don't get it. Mom ignores me and proceeds to get me ready for school. 2 blue shirts, one to wear and one to pack, just in case. 2 pairs of pants. She never picks out jeans. I decide not to argue. I have a feeling it's not going to be a good day. What a great photo of you. I'm going to make sure I get extra copies of the paper, she chatters cheerfully, as she tugs on my socks before putting on my sneakers. I've got to make sure everybody at work sees this. Dad has finished dressing Penny, so he brings her into my room. When Penny notices my picture in the paper, she drops Doodle and shouts, Dee Dee! She picks up the paper and kisses it. I bet I won't get that many reactions at school today. Dad leans over and gives me a kiss on the cheek. I'm so proud I could pop, he says softly. I love you, Melody. That makes me get all teary. Just once I wish I could hug my little sister or tell my dad that I love him too. In real words, not through a machine. The reaction at school today is just as I expected. Words float out of lips that say nice things to me, but eyes tell the truth. The eyes are cold, as if I had beat the reporter over the head and forced her to print that picture of me. Even Rose acts distant. Nice picture of you in the paper, Melody, she says. Thanks. Should have been all of us. I think so too, Rose replies. I just sigh. I can't do anything right. I don't want to be all that. I just want to be like everyone else. When we get to Mr. Dimming's class, he strides in wearing another brand new suit. There must have been a 2-for-1 sale and a brand new smile. He looks like he might explode with happiness. He carries a stack of the morning newspapers with him. I didn't sleep at all last night, he admits to us. I am just so very proud of our team and our school. He pauses while the class cheers for the quiz team. Rose, Molly, and Claire smile happily. Connor and Rodney take bows. A few kids even turn around and look at me with a smile. Do we get free pizza or something? Connor blurts out. Absolutely, Mr. Dimming replies. The principal has declared that next Friday is quiz team day, and the entire school is being treated to free pizza and pop. More cheers from the class. Connor looks really pleased. Mr. Dimming continues, and I want to give a special shout out to Melody, who really helped us secure our victory. Let's give her a special round of applause. He begins clapping and the class joins in, but it seems more polite than sincere. I guess I'm not as cool as Free Pizza. Who saw the 11 o'clock news last night? Mr. D asks, still beaming. About half the kids raised their hands. I had missed it. I had fallen asleep, exhausted after we got home. I taped it and TiVoed it and put it up on MySpace, he tells us excitedly. But now we must get back to regular activities. He sounds disappointed. But how do we get ready for Washington? Rose asks, obviously not ready to let him do that. Teachers are so easily distracted. I knew he'd bite on that one. Mr. Dimming smiles again and takes a deep breath. We only have 2 weeks to get ready, Rose. I've prepared a packet for each of my team champs, he says as he passes out the paperwork. Take this home and bring it back tomorrow without fail. In it, I've included the information about how to redeem the free plane tickets and about info about our hotel and schedule for the days that we are in D.C. It also gives details about our practice schedule, which begins today. We will meet every day after school and a half a day on Saturday. Saturday, Connor asks, disbelief in his voice. I'm worried about that too. A whole half day? If Catherine can't come, how'll I get to the bathroom or eat? I'll bring bagels for breakfast, fruit for snacks, and we'll order burgers for lunch, Mr. Dimming tells him. So sounds sort of healthy, Connor responds with a grin. But I'll be there. You skip a practice and you get bounced to alternates, Connor. I'm in this to win. Why don't you take a couple days off, man? Rodney says to Connor. I'd be glad to take your place. Slide you right out in a blink. He sounds serious. No way, man. I'll show, Connor says hurriedly. Molly raises her hand. Mr. Dimming, do the alternates get to go to Washington also? Absolutely. So should I buy a new dress just in case I get to be on the team? That's up to you, Molly, the teacher replies. Claire raises her hand. Mr. D, I think I know what Molly's getting at. Since there are 6 people on the DC team instead of 4, which of the alternates will you choose? We will use a point system, he replies. Students with the 6 highest scores from our preliminary rounds will make the final TV team. Sound fair? Claire looks satisfied at that, and she and Molly high-five each other. Mr. Dimming finally gets back to the regular classwork, the study of Spain and Portugal, and I do my best to do nothing to call attention to myself. No weird noises or kicks or grunts for the rest of class. No answers to questions I know. I just sit in the back of the room with Catherine and hope this morning will pass quickly. I spend the afternoon in room H5, where we watch Tom and Jerry cartoons for 3 hours. Can you believe it? After school, Catherine feeds me a pudding cup and some juice before it's time to go to Mr. Dimming's room for our first practice. She frowns as I finish my last sip of juice. What's bugging you, Melody? She asks. You should be on top of the world, but you're acting like someone just popped you in the nose. They don't want me on the team, I type. That's ridiculous. You were the star last night. That's the problem. Without you, they would not have won. They're scared of me, I try to explain. They think I look funny. You never let that bother you before, she counters. It's hard to put my feelings into words that will come out right on my talker. I know the other kids are uncomfortable with me on the team. There's no other way to put it. My presence was cute at first. Maybe okay for local competition, but for the big game on national television, that's different. I'll make them stand out, and not in a good way. I start typing again. I make them look... I hesitate, then type in, weird. You are the smartest person on the team, Catherine exclaims. I drool. So pack a box of tissues. I make funny noises. And Connor farts sometimes. I have to smile at that. No more of this feeling sorry for yourself, young lady. Let's get down to Mr. D's room and kick some butt. Okay, let's go, I type. We roll down to the room. I hold my head high. Well, at least as high as I can when it isn't wobbling around. Nobody says anything anymore about the newspaper article, and practice goes on as usual. I answer most of the questions correctly, and by the time Mom picks me up, I feel a little bit better. But I do notice Rose and Claire and Molly whispering together as I leave. It could be about a new music video or shopping trip to the mall, or it could be about me.